It is 9 p.m. in Austin, Texas. All amateur radio traffic, please stand by. The Oak Hill Friday Night Trivia Net is about to begin. If there is any emergency or priority traffic, please come with your name and call sign now. Nothing heard. Well, welcome to another fun and cold Friday night. You're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'll be your net control for tonight. I'm transmitting from IQTH in Northwest Austin, next to the fireplace, and it is rocking. We're transmitting into the 14732 over Peter. Tonight's Trivia Net will be a hybrid net using the N5OAK, KA5D, and W5LCR repeater systems, as well as an online trivia game. We currently have the bingo machine turned on, but we'll be shutting that down soon enough. To check into tonight's Trivia Net, all you'll need is a smartphone, tablet, or any computer with a web browser. I'll give you a few seconds to run to your computer or grab your device before we tell you where to go. And while you're doing that, just a reminder, to see all the frequencies the Friday Night Trivia Net is transmitting on, visit n5oak.org, ka5d.com, or crhrc.org. For our Oak Hill Club members, we also have our very own Friday night channel in the Discord. Swing by and join the fellas hanging out there during the game. We also have the Crash 'em Up Derby going on the video. We got Rob, K9LZY, good to see you, Rob, and Scott, KI5OBD. Hey, Scott. He's even got the chair turned on. All right, now that you have your device, open a web browser and go to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. If your XYL or kids would like to play along, just sign them in from their device. This also applies to all of you that are studying for your license. If you can hear my voice, you are welcome to play, and we would love to see you in the game tonight. Tonight's trivia game will be divided up into 4 rounds. Every round contains 10 questions worth 100 points each. Tonight's topics are as follows. Round 1, it's movies by the numbers. Round 2, let's see if we have any history buffs in here. It's the U.S. Civil War trivia. Round number 3 is Valentine's Day trivia for all y'all. It's Valentine's Day is on Tuesday, so make sure you put that in your calendar. And round number 4, since we always like to do music on round number 4 if we can, and it's Valentine's Day coming up, we got classic love songs. After each round, we'll have a short intermission to aid in drink refills and take care of all bodily functions. As always, questions, comments, and friendly taunting are welcome during the game, because it's Friday night and we are here to have some fun. At the conclusion of tonight's trivia game, everyone will get sent home in style by our final elimination round. One wrong answer and you will be officially done for the night, so make sure you pace yourself on those adult beverages. With all that said, I'm going to see if anyone has questions before we get tonight's Trivia Net underway. If you do, please come with your name and call sign now. Nothing heard. All right, well, we shut down the bingo machine right as that round was over. So everybody's tied with 5 points. Everybody. We got 4 first players. That's pretty awesome. All right, so when we move you over into the official Friday Night Trivia Net, if you would, please make your name look like those over there on the right with your call sign and your name. That makes things a whole lot easier for me. And once again, if you'd like to play along tonight, you can join the game at any time. You don't have to wait for a round to be over. Just open a web browser on your smartphone, tablet, or computer and go to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in, and you too can be hanging out with us. Looks like we're at about 20 people so far. I'll give y'all just a few seconds to finish your check-ins. We'll let the repeaters take a quick break, and then we'll be right back. All right, so I'm getting some scratchy feedback. I just bumped up the power. Is that making things any better? All right, so Sky says nope on that one. Thank you for the feedback. Let's, I'll run over to the 441775, see what that does. All right, I ran fast. I'm over on the 441775. Is that making anything any better? And Bill, how about you? Are you hearing anything over there on the Crossroads side? Well, isn't that interesting? All right, so I guess I got something going on the 2-meter side. Either that or I need to bump up the power. All right, well, there you have it. Every week we give away amazing door prizes for those of you that check in on time and don't have scratchy signals. Tonight's prize, guess what? It's a free membership to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Let's spin the wheel and see who the big winners will be tonight, I wonder. And a big congratulations to all our lucky winners. After the game tonight, head over to n5oak.org and sign up to become a member. We have the welcome team standing by waiting to approve your complimentary memberships as well as your request to join the Discord community. We can do that during the game too, because I got the welcome team hanging out with us here. So if you want to join us on the Discord, now is a great time. We have to approve your membership. It's something that we got to do. So if you want, get in there and make that happen. For those of you who are new and have never checked into the Trivia Net before, welcome to the game. We're going to run through a practice question real quick to show you how the game works, and now is a great time to pay attention. So this is how the game works. Questions will be read over the repeater and displayed on your device. Once the question has been read aloud, the answers will appear. All players will have 15 seconds to make a choice, but the longer it takes to choose an answer, the fewer points you will get. Also, remember to choose wisely, as you only get one shot to answer the question. And once the timer runs out, the correct answer will be revealed, as well as what everyone else thought it was. For those of you that like to keep up with your score, it's the number located at the top left of your screen, and it will always be available during gameplay. Now that everyone understands how the game works, let's see who has checked into the net so far tonight. So it's looking like we got about 30 people hanging out with us tonight. We got Leslie, KI5NLC. Oh, she's getting in there. So that means we're going to have the other half in here somewhere, maybe. Leslie and Leonard, hopefully. We got John in Louise, Texas. Leslie's down in Kyle. We got Norman, N5ZOT. He's in Austin, along with Ernesto, KI5PZ in. We got Clint, KI5HMI in Cedar Park. Good to see you, man. 2 weeks in a row. Check it out. We got Jeffrey, KI5MVF. He's hanging out in South Austin. We got Joe, K5KUA in Jamaica Beach, Texas. Laura, KI5OLG, is out in Alvin, Texas. We got Dave, KI5STT in Buda. And that means we usually have a Holly there. She is W5LUL. We got Steve, KI5UKF, out in Dripping Springs. We got Scott, KI5OBD, down in Kyle. Antonio, good to see you, man. KI5ZIU, hanging out in Austin. We got Chris, W5CUY, in Louise, Texas. And I'm wondering if he's hanging out with the Chad, or if the Chad just hangs out alone. But the Chad is also in Louise. We got Mike, W7QAG, he's in Sugarland tonight. We got Steve, KG5LAA in Burnett, Texas. Bill, W5ITZ, hanging out in Ganado. Good to see you, Bill. We got Rob the Lazy Dog, K9LZY, hanging out in Austin. And, we got Dawn. Oh, check it out. We got Rob's XYL. Dawn, good to have you in the game. We got David, AI5JC in Cedar Park. We got Matt, K9MGW in Austin, as well as Mike, AI5JS. We got Filippo, AC5G in East Austin. We got Andy, KI5YIT in Liberty Hill. K-Mock has joined us again from El Campo. We got Ashley, KI5MVF, and she's from Jeffrey is Annoyingville, but I like to call it Jeffrey Sucksville because it's just funnier. We got Ben, KI5RBT, hanging out with us, John and Diane, KE5RS, and Gary in El Campo. Now, I see a Ben, KI5RBT, but I do not see a Kent. So maybe Kent will be joining us later on. We also have, there's Leonard, KI5NLC. He just showed up. And Steve is read-only on the KI5HWD. He's in Liberty Hill. So, according to Chris on the Discord, the Chad is a size queen and hangs out with Dixie. So, we'll leave it at that. We got 32 people hanging out with us tonight playing trivia, and that's good to have each and every one of you. See if anybody has any questions before we get the game going. If you do, please come with your name and call sign now. Nothing heard. All right. Well, y'all get those fingers ready. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands on your buzzers. The Friday Night Trivia Net will begin in T-minus 10 seconds. Here we go. Which member of the Fantastic Four possesses superhuman strength? Well, let's see what you think. The Thing coming in with 55%. There you go, Bill. Is that what you were talking about in the XYL? Oh, we won't even go there. Mr. Fantastic coming in second. And we got a tie with the Human Torch and the Invisible Woman. Yeah, the Invisible Woman. Lots of guys in the club. They're dating her. All right, so let's see. Which one of the Fantastic Four possesses superhuman strength? It is The Thing. Ben Grimm, a.k.a. The Thing, pairs his superhuman strength with his catchphrase, "It's clobbering time." Question number 2. Who plays the titular troublesome love interest in the 2009 rom-com 500 Days of Summer? Man, we got a whole list of people hanging out with us in the video. Y'all like the Crash 'em Up Derby stuff. All right, so let's see what y'all think. Number 1 answer on the board is Zooey Des Channel. And I know I'm not saying that right, but it's funny. We got Jessica Alba coming in second, followed by Beckinsale, and then Rachel Bilson. So let's see who it is. It is indeed Zooey Des Channel. She was the one. Question number 3. An amnesiac and a married veterinarian living in blank repeatedly fall in love in the romantic comedy 50 First Dates. Almost 80% saying it's Hawaii. We got Jamaica coming in second, followed by California and Key West. So let's see if a certain amount of people have been drugged to this chick flick. It's looking like it is. Hawaii is the correct answer. Question number 4. What Brat Packer suffered the indignations of high school alongside Molly Ringwald and 16 Candles? All these photos, man, they're just a blast from the past. All right, so let's see what y'all think. Anthony Michael Hall is your pick for this one, followed by Andrew McCarthy, Rob Lowe, and Judd Nelson. So who was it? 73%? Are you right? You are indeed. Anthony Michael Hall is it. Question number 5. Which Shakespeare play inspired the Heath Ledger, Julia Stiles teen comedy 10 Things I Hate About You? Well, it looks like The Taming of the Shrew won over all the votes. Much Ado About Nothing coming in second, followed by Romeo and Juliet, and then The Tempest. So let's see what inspired 10 Things I Hate About You. It is The Taming of the Shrew. The high school comedy 10 Things I Hate About You is a modern retelling of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. Well, just like that, we are halfway through. Let's throw up the scoreboard and see. Oh, we got Jeffrey all the way down in Jeffrey Sucksville, KI5 MVF, hanging out in the number 1 spot. Way to go, man. We got Clint, KI5 HMI. Way to go, Clint, coming in second, and Holly, W5LUL, in the number 3 spot. Y'all check out your scores, and while you're doing that, let's remind all the good folks you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. If the XYL or kids want to play along, just sign them in with their name on their device, or, make them give you the right answers. That way you look smart. Either way, we'd love to have you. So it's time for question number 6, and for all those newbies out there, this is where you get to take those points and do something with it. So, y'all know what to do. It's time to place your bets. Here we go. What is the name of Jack Nicholson's reluctant mental patient in 1975 award-winning One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Number 1 answer on the board, Randall McMurphy. We got a tie for second and third with Chief Bromden and Dale Harding. And then Billy Bibbett coming in number 4th. I wonder if Dale Harding is related to Tanya Harding. All right, so let's see. 32% saying Randall McMurphy. Are y'all right? You are indeed. Based on the 1962 novel by Ken Kinsey, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, came out in 1975, stars Jack Nicholson and Randy McMurphy, a patient pretending to be insane with disastrous results. The film won Academy Award for Best Picture, Actor, Actress, Director, and Screenplay. All right. So 32% of you got that. We'll throw the scoreboard back up and see that bumped Holly, W5LUL, up into the top spot. Mike, AI5JS, came out of nowhere, and Jeffrey, KI5MVF, got bumped down to third place. Oh, man. Well, we got 4 questions to go, and let's see. What do we got, Sky? How come I lost 87 if I didn't have division? Oh, I don't know. I think Sky's having some problems over there. If anybody else is having problems with the game, other than the fact that it's rigged and, all the other fun stuff, please let me know in the Discord. Question number 7. Perpetual bridesmaid Katherine Heigl breaks the cycle of never a bride by marrying this person in 2008's 27 Dresses. Man, all the way to the very last second. So, let's see what you think. Patrick Dempsey coming in first place, followed by Paul Rudd. Oh, Paul Rudd. James Franco, and then James Marsden at the very bottom. Bet y'all are feeling dumb. All right, so let's see who it is. It is James Marsden. Way to go to the dumb 18%. In the 2008 rom-com, Katherine Heigl's Jane has been a bridesmaid at 27 of her friends' weddings. Eventually, she finds love and a wedding dress of her own with Kevin, played by actor James Marsden. I would kill myself if I had to go to 27 weddings, but that's just me. Question number 8. Who plays sexist Consolidated Company's boss Franklin Hart in the 1980s workplace comedy 9 to 5? We may or may not have people that have seen this movie. Dabney Coleman taking the number 1 answer, followed by Dan Aykroyd, Stacy Keach, and then Danny DeVito. Let's see. Dabney Coleman is the correct answer. He was also really good in War Games. Question number 9. Who is the puppy's mother in the animated Disney classic 101 Dalmatians? So almost half saying it's Duchess. Every time I hear Duchess, all I can think of is Archer. We got Perdita coming in second, followed by Priscilla. Nobody picked Pongo. I don't know why. Well, you don't know any females named Pongo, but y'all don't think so. So let's see. Is Duchess the correct answer? It is not. Perdita is it. Perdita and Pongo are the proud mother and father, respectively, in 1961's animated Disney film 101 Dalmatians. All right, question number 10 and the end of this fantastic round. Which of the film stars does not survive to the end as one of the 3 kings? Well, Spike Jonze getting the number 1 answer. We got a tie with George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg, old Marky Mark, and then Ice Cube coming in number 4. So who did not survive at the end of 3 Kings? It was indeed Spike Jonze. He was killed. He was shot and killed at the end of the war movie. All right, well, that's going to wrap up round number one. Let's add up all the scores and see who did what. We got Mike, AI5JS, in the number one spot. Holly, W5LUL, coming in second. And Jeffrey, KI5MVF, in the number three spot. Let's go chat with Mike, AI5JS. You missed four. Actually, that's all top three of them missed four. Which four got you?
Oh, I'd say the 101 Dalmatians. And the last question on the Three Kings.
Sky hadn't heard of the Three Kings either. And for those of you who are new, to find out which ones you missed, if you scroll down past the leaderboard, it'll show you which ones you got right and which ones you got wrong. With that, let's go talk to Holly, W5LUL. Holly, which ones got you?
Hey, Rusty. I'd never seen the Three Kings, so I got that one wrong. The 101 Dalmatians, I got that one wrong. The 27 Dresses, I guess Paul Rudd. And the 500 Days of Summer, I didn't know that one. I thought Zoe Deschanel or Zooey Deschanel, but yeah, I didn't pick it. Back to net, W5LUL.
Yeah, I've never seen the Three Kings either, but now that I know that it's got Marky Mark and all these guys in there, I might have to go back and check it out. Well, let's go talk to Jeffrey down in Jeffrey Sucksville, KI5MVF. Which ones got you, man?
I'm a long way from Jeffrey Sucksville, and I'm currently sitting in Jeffrey beat Ashley this round, so. I skipped question 6 because I wasn't confident, but my random guess would have been correct. After that, I didn't score any points until the Three Kings question. Took a blind guess on that one, got it right. Apparently my biggest sin of the night already is not knowing Perdita as the 101 Dalmatians. I got confused and selected Duchess, as I'm more familiar with Aristocrats. Aristocats. KI5MVF, back to net.
All right, well, since you're the top three, that also means that we get to go talk to Ashley, because, you know, I got to hear her side. So, Ashley, you got anything to add in on this?
I'm happy for him. He's won the round, but I doubt he'll win the game. He does really love his rom-coms, and so he was excited to see so many rom-com questions. Yeah, just because he's winning doesn't make him any less annoying. KI5MVF, back to net.
All right, so since you came up with Jeffrey is Annoyingville, do you like Jeffrey is Annoyingville or Jeffrey Sucksville? Like, which one do you prefer?
Well, it was going to be nice, and I almost made it Jeffrey is okay, though, and then he said something annoying right before I clicked enter, so I changed it back to Jeffrey is Annoyingville. You know, it's like a mood ring. Like, my location changes depending on how I'm feeling. It just so happens that he annoys me a lot.
All right, well, that is a very nice answer, so I will keep it at Jeffrey Sucksville, so that way you can be the nice person and be annoying, and I can be the host and he sucks. So there it is. Well, we're going to take a quick intermission so everybody can take care of business. During the intermission, you'll see questions on your screen to pass the time. Voting is optional, but always appreciated. Just a reminder, if you're hanging out there and this sounds like a lot of fun and you want to join in the game, you can check into tonight's TriviaNet at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your name and your call sign. You don't even have to have a license. Just come out and hang out with us. We've got 34 people already. We're going to fire up the first intermission, and we will see you right back here for round number 2. And just like that, our first intermission is over. Let's get everybody moved into round number 2. We got Rick, AI5JT, just joined us. I had to go look up your name, Rick, because all you put was your call sign. No big deal, but y'all welcome Rick to the game. All right, let's get everybody moved over into round number 2. Round number 2 is the U.S. Civil War Trivia. U.S. Civil War Trivia. We're going to see how you do with that. I'm going to skip out on the ID, and we're going to do that again on question number 5. Look at us progressing. Let's get right into round number 2. Question number 1. In what U.S. state did General Robert E. Lee surrender the Civil War at the Appomattox Courthouse? Well, a whopping 64% is going with Virginia. South Carolina coming in second, followed by Tennessee and Texas. So where did General Robert E. Lee surrender? It was indeed Virginia. Some battles and additional surrenders took place later, but Robert E. Lee surrendered at Appomattox Courthouse in Virginia is considered the unofficial end of the Civil War. Question number 2. Who is this Union Army general that, thanks to American folklore, has a very different claim to fame? Well, we're not real sure about this one, but P.T. Barnum is taking the number 1 spot. Abner Doubleday coming in second, followed by Butch Cassidy, and then Wild Bill Hickok. So let's see what the answer is. It is Abner Doubleday. As a Union soldier, Abner Doubleday fired the first shot of defense at Fort Sumter and played a pivotal role in the early part of the Battle of Gettysburg. After the war, he obtained a patent on the cable car railway in San Francisco. His greatest claim to fame, however, has to do with something he did not do. In 1908, 15 years after Doubleday's death, the Mills Commission declared him to have been the inventor of the game of baseball. This idea had been thoroughly debunked by historians, and Doubleday never claimed to have created the game. However, his name continues to be associated with baseball to this day. Just you wait, Rob. All those points will be taken from you. We'll see what we do with question number 3. What state followed South Carolina in seceding from the Union at the start of the Civil War? All right, let's see what the number 1 answer on this one is. It is Georgia. Georgia, taking 42%, followed by Mississippi, Alabama. Nobody picked. Oh, we got one person finally picked Louisiana. Last time I looked, nobody picked that one. All right, so let's see. Is the answer Georgia? The correct answer is Mississippi. South Carolina seceded from the Union on December 20th, 1860. Mississippi followed suit about 3 weeks later on January 9th. And you are correct, Sky, a whole bunch of them. But Mississippi was the right answer. Question number 4. What was the Confederate name for the first major battle of the Civil War, known by Union forces as Bull Run? Let's see what you think. Manassas taking the number 1 spot, followed by Leesburg, Carthage, and Barberville. So was it the Battle of Manassas? It was. Let's see. It was the first Battle of Bull Run, it was the first Battle of Bull Run in 1861, known in the South as the First Battle of Manassas. That Thomas Jonathan Jackson earned his nickname Stonewall. And there you have it, First Manassas. For those of you that don't know, his name just escaped me. He played Fraser Crane. I can't think of him. Anyway, he does a really neat thing about all the battles of the Civil War and all that kinds of fun. So Fraser Crane, y'all put it in the Discord, whoever that is, and it's pretty good. There's like 8 of them out so far, or 8 or 9, something like that. But Kelsey Grammer, there it is. Thank y'all. My brain trust in the Discord. All right, question 5, man. We're already making it halfway through this one. What country's immigrants comprised nearly 10% of Union forces during the Civil War? %, going with Ireland. Check that out. Germany coming in second, followed by Poland and Italy. So what was 10% of the Union forces? They were German. Look at that. Approximately 1/3 of the Union forces were immigrants, with the largest population coming from Germany. They marched in regiments such as the Steuben Volunteers. They weren't very Steuben at all. All right, so let's see who our biggest Civil War buffs are in the group. Looking like David, AI5JC, is taking the number 1 spot. He only missed 1. Matt, K9MGW, coming in second. He's only missed 2, as well as Mike, AI5JS. There's your top 3 right there. Y'all check out your scores. And while you're doing that, let's remind everybody you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5DBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can come join the fun. Come check into the Night's Trivia Net. You can do it at any time from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. We got 36 people playing that have at least signed in. That doesn't include all the people that are supporting them to make them look like the brilliant people that they are. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your name. It is question number 6, and you know what that means. It is time to place your bets. Let's see what you think about this one. Approximately how many battles were fought in the U.S. Civil War? We're going to see how y'all do on this one. So 52% of you said it's 1,500 battles. The number 2 answer was 150 battles, followed by 5,050. It's a very strange number. And then 10,500. Nobody really picking on the 10,500. So let's see, approximately how many battles were fought in the U.S. Civil War? The correct answer is 10,500. I didn't believe this when I did it, but according to this, the Civil War featured roughly 50 major battles with another 100 significant ones. However, the war was primarily fought over numerous small skirmishes. All told, there were more than 10,500 battles in the war. So, shut up, Sky. You won this one. Don't be asking questions. Sky got this right. Let's see. Who else got this right? Chris and John. So let's go talk to Sky, N5LX. Sky, did you know this, or were you just completely guessing?
N5LX, hi to everybody. I don't know, it was a guess, but I was like, there must have been a lot, in the thousands. And so to me, it was really down to like, well, how do you define a battle?
I know, because it says approximately how many, and then the answer says that there were more than 10,000. So, Scott says he's skeptical. Scott's fact-checking this one, so we're going to go check in with Scott and see what he finds out after this. Let's go talk to Chris, W5CUY. Chris, same thing. Did you know this, or is this just like some magical lucky guess?
Well, Rusty, I didn't know the exact number, that's for sure. Sounds like nobody really knows the exact number, but I knew it was a lot, and 10,000 plus just kind of seemed like the right choice to bet all of my points, so that's what we went with.
Roger, man. All right, well, let's go check in up in Leander with John and Diane. KE5RS. Are you a big Civil War buff, and are you just a lucky guesser?
Well, that was a lucky guess for sure, but I figured also that it didn't say anything about major battles, but I figure a battle could have been just less than 100 people or less than that even. So those would really tally up, like the first gentleman said, there's just got to be, tens of thousands of them. KE5RS.
Yeah, from major battles to smaller skirmishes, that could be somebody got slapped in the face. You never really know. All right, so let's go check in with, we got Bill bringing in the Wikipedia. We're going to go check in with Scott, KI5OBD. Scott, what have your fact-finding missions led you on? Is this, are we calling shenanigans on this question?
Well, not necessarily shenanigans, but there is a gray area wiggle room here. It's similar to what Bill posted, but the first thing that came up on my Google search, if you trust them, is this. Although over 10,500 military engagements occurred during the Civil War, it is generally accepted that there were 50 major battles in the Civil War with about 100 other significant battles. So, you could say that 150 was a good answer. I guess that brings up the question, well, what constitutes a military engagement? So I'm going to have to go look that up. KI5OBD, back to that.
All right, somebody post the South Park Rebel meme in the Discord. Let's, while you're doing that, we're going to throw up the score and see. That puts Sky in the number 1 seat. You got 165 points on that one. Way to go, Sky. Chris, W5CUI, is in the second place. He got 117 points on that. And Mike, AI5JS, hanging out in the number 3 spot. All right, question number 7 is on the way. What southern U.S. city served as the first capital of the Confederacy? %, say it's Richmond, followed by Montgomery, and then a tie for New Orleans and Atlanta. So what southern city served as the first capital of the Confederacy? The answer is Montgomery, Alabama. From April 12, 1861 until May 29th of 1865, the capital of the Confederacy was Montgomery, Alabama. Question number 8. What noteworthy site now sits where Robert E. Lee's Virginia estate once stood? Well, Arlington National Cemetery was at the top the whole time y'all were voting. The Virginia Museum of Fine Arts coming in second, followed by the Pentagon, and then Busch Gardens. So what sits where Robert E. Lee's Virginia estate once stood? The correct answer is the Arlington National Cemetery. In 1863, the U.S. government confiscated Robert E. Lee's 1,100-acre estate due to non-payment of taxes. President Lincoln gave permission for the cemetery to be built on the property, including a burial vault and the estate's former rose garden. Today, more than 250,000 soldiers are buried in Arlington National Cemetery. Question number 9. Which of these U.S. government positions did Jefferson Davis not hold prior to serving as President of the Confederacy? Let's see what y'all think. Y'all are going with U.S. Senator, followed by Chief of Staff, and then we got a tie for Secretary of War and U.S. Representative. So which of these U.S. government positions did Jefferson Davis not hold prior to serving as President of the Confederacy? The correct answer is Chief of Staff. A West Point graduate, Jefferson Davis served as U.S. Representative from Mississippi from 1845 to 1846. He was Secretary of War under President Franklin Pierce from 1853 to 1857, and he was a senator from Mississippi from 1857 until the start of the Civil War. He never served as Chief of Staff. Question number 10 in the end of the Civil War round. Who was the overall military commander of Confederate forces at the onset of the Civil War? Well, poor James Longstreet. I don't know what he did, but y'all know he didn't do this. Robert E. Lee taking the number 1 spot, followed by Albert Sidney Johnson, and then the number 3 answer is nobody, like literally nobody. So who was the overall military commander of Confederate forces at the onset of the Civil War? The correct answer is nobody. Nobody. Commonly seen as a strategic weakness for the Confederacy, there was no formal overall military leader. President Jefferson Davis served as Commander-in-Chief for much of the war, and while Robert E. Lee was charged with the conduct of military operations, he was referred to as Davis's military advisor. So close, so close. All right, well, that's it for round number 2. Let's add up the scores and see. We got Sky N5LX in the number 1 spot with 480 points. We got Mike AI5JS coming in number 2 with 447 points, and Matt K9MGW in number 3 spot with 366 points. Let's go talk to Sky N5LX. Sky missed 4. Which one's got you, man?
All of them, N5LX. I mean, the only reason I got a high score is because of that bet. I mean, if anybody wants to complain the game is rigged, they should complain about that.
I think Cody's off tonight. He's the only one that likes to call the game rigged. So I think we're going to have to wait for him to come back around. Well, all right, man, let's go talk to Mike, AI5JS. How about you, sir?
Oh, it would be the last question that was asked, and the number of battles. And a lot, with me, it was just a lot of lucky guessing, I guess. AI5JS, backing it.
Roger, Roger. We got Philip officially calling shenanigans. I love it. All right, Matt, K9MGW. Everybody here missed 4 questions. You're in the number 3 spot. Which one got you?
Second question, I said P.T. Barnum because it kind of looked like him to me. Let's see, the question about the immigrants was put Ireland because of the movie Gangs of New York came to mind, and then number of battles I put 1,500 because I was just guessing, and I put Richmond for the first capital, which should have been a giveaway to me. And one of those was the question we bet on. I bet half and got it wrong, so I probably would have come in first. So I'm thinking if I had bet it all and got it right, but that didn't happen. Either way, I've been to most of the locations here. I kind of have an affinity for the Civil War, so I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't do better than I did. Anyways, K9MGW back to net control.
All right, well, if you ask Bill, anything's better than Bob's Burgers. That's the one thing I can never do again. He hates that one. Well, there's your top 3 for round number 2. Let's add up the scores and see who the overall players are tonight. Mike, AI5JS, coming in number 1 for tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net. Sky falling in second with 660 points. And Scott, KI5OBD, in the number 3 spot. Check it out. All right, well, we are going to take a quick intermission so everybody can take care of business. During the intermission, you'll see questions on your screen to pass the time. Voting is optional, but always appreciated. This is the one where we ask you who your favorite Thursday night net channel or net control is. So go vote for at least the first one. And just a reminder, for those of y'all listening out there, you can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your name and your call sign. We're going to get you moved over into the second intermission. And don't forget, y'all at least answer question 1. We'll see you right back here for round number 3. Well, congratulations, Ernesto. Ernesto seems to be like our number one net controller. So good for you, man. Looks like we have quite a few fans of, well, we won't even go there in the Discord. The Discord's having a whole lot of fun. So you should come join us, because that's where we say all the stuff we can't say on the radio, because we have to use our church voices. Isn't that right, Bill? All right, we're done with the second intermission. Let's get everybody moved over into round at number 3. This is all about Valentine's Day, and again, for those of you that don't have it in your calendar, Valentine's Day is on Tuesday. So make sure you look like the amazing person that you are, and get all that stuff knocked out. Exactly, Sky. We got lots of fans of Minions in the Discord. Lots of Minion followers. They probably watched a lot of the State of the Union and stood up and clapped and booed and hissed. And I really kind of like that we're getting a little more drama. We're getting a little more British in the Congress. Now if they could just bring some guns and just like shoot it out, that would be kind of awesome. All right, enough about me. Let's get round number 3 started. Question number 1. Who is the Greek counterpart to the Roman god of love, Cupid? %73% with Eros. Is that right? That is definitely right. He is the Greek god of love, lust, and desire. Oh, we should be buddies. And is often depicted by a bow and arrow that is said to make people fall in love by shooting the arrow into their heart. All right, question number 2. Sky votes for love. Good. God love you, man. Question number 2. What profession receives more Valentine's Day cards than any other in the United States? Almost all went with teachers. 88%. Knocking out nurses, doctors, and administrative personnel. Nothing says, love like being an administrative personnel. All right, so let's see. Is teachers it? It is indeed. While children between the ages of 6 and 10 exchange millions of Valentine's cards each year, it is their teachers who receive the most. That's just so they get good grades. That's they're not counting that in. They're trying to suck up to the teacher. If the teacher wasn't handing out grades, they wouldn't get nothing, like nada. But because the teacher is responsible for passing them and letting them move on, that's what it is. All right. Yeah, we got lots of people that love their proctologist, Chris. We got lots of people that are full of poop. All right, question number 3. Which of these ladies made their feature film debut in the 2010 rom-com? Uh-oh, Jeffrey, Valentine's Day. We got to see if Jeffrey gets this one right. All right, I had to go see if he was still awake. All right, so let's see what y'all think. Jessica Alba coming in first, followed by Taylor Swift, Emma Roberts, and Queen Latifah. So which of these ladies made their feature film debut in the 2010 rom-com Valentine's Day? The correct answer is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is the correct answer, and Jeffrey said it was Jessica Alba. So Jeffrey got that wrong, but you know who got it right? Ashley. Ashley got that right. So let's go talk to Ashley and see what's going on with Jeffrey. I thought he was the rom-com king.
over at his screen to see what he had answered, and did chastise him for picking Jessica Alba. I will say that of rom-coms, this movie is not a good one, so I don't fault him for not having seen it. But if anyone has seen it, they will remember that the answer is Taylor Swift, because her performance in this movie was particularly cringy and terrible.
Or they're no longer here because they got drugged to this thing back in 2010, and they just they ended their life because it was such a horrible, horrible movie. I didn't go see it, so that's why I still got a grin on my face. All right, well, congratulations, Ashley, and we're still going to keep it down at Jeffrey Sucksville. Question number 4, who released the song Bloody Valentine in 2020? Almost half saying Machine Gun Kelly, followed by Panic at the Disco, Green Day, and Fall Out Boy. So who released the song Bloody Valentine in 2020? Survey says Machine Gun Kelly. The video for Machine Gun Kelly's song features American actress Megan Fox. In 2021, Machine Gun Kelly revealed that he wears a necklace with Fox's blood inside. Question number 5. Which Simpsons character receives this Valentine's Day card? You know, Chris, it might be. I think R. Kelly pees on him, and then, the Machine Gun Kelly drinks their blood, apparently, and then shoots him or something. I don't know. There's all kinds of weirdness. So let's see what y'all think. Y'all are going with Lisa, followed by Milhouse, Ralph, and Bart. So which Simpsons character receives this Valentine's Day card? Who received this one? It was Ralph. Ralph is it. Look at you, Scott. You got that right. In Season 4, Episode I Love Lisa, Lisa sees that Ralph Wiggum has not received any cards. So she gives him the one that says, I choose you. Aw, isn't that good? Lisa's such a sweetheart. All right, so that's question 5. Let's see how we're doing in the points. We got Norman, N5ZOT, in the number 1 spot. He only missed 1, as did all 3. Ashley, KI5MVF, in the number 2 spot, and Holly, W5LUL. All right, well, y'all check out your scores, and while you're doing that, let's remind the good folks you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your name and your call sign. You know, I just thought about Claude. Claude was here last week. He just got his ticket, but he hadn't got his call sign, and he just became a member of the club. I was wondering if we were going to get to hear from Claude, because he won the thing last week, memory serves. So there you have it. All right, it's question number 6, and that means it's time to place your bets. This is going to be a fun one. In 2011, what zoo started the Valentine's Day Name a Roach program where people can name a cockroach after a loved one? So you'd think they'd let you name a cockroach that you did, or name a roach of somebody you didn't love, and then you could squish it. Like that'd be a perfect thing to do. But I guess I'm not in charge. So let's see. San Diego Zoo is the number one choice, followed just by the Bronx Zoo. London Zoo coming in third, and then Singapore. So let's see. Where do you get to name a roach on Valentine's Day? It is at the Bronx Zoo. You're right, Sky. You don't need the zoo's permission. For just a $15 donation, you can name a Madagascar hissing cockroach after your loved or hated, oh, look at that, one at New York's Bronx Zoo. You don't get to squish it, but you do get to name it. $15 donation. We ought to try that. I've got ants in my house right now, so maybe I could scoop up some of those things and we can start getting some donations to the club. Just like that, HMI puts the link. Now you can go and make it happen. So 42% of you got that. That puts Mike, AI5JS, in the lead. He got 137 points off of that one. Chris, W5CUI, coming in second now. He got 117 points on that. And Andy, KI5YIT, in the number 3 spot. He got 25 points. All right, let's move to question number 7 in our Valentine's Day round. What television series introduced the alternative holiday Galentine's Day on February 13th? So I watched this whole show, and I never realized that it was on there. Y'all are going with Sex in the City. Half of you, over half of you. Parks and Rec coming in second, followed by the Golden Girls and Friends. Out of all of this, I wouldn't have picked the Golden Girls because Galentine's Day sounds a little too new for the Golden Girls. I would have gone probably with y'all with Sex in the City, and I would have been wrong because it's Parks and Recreation. Galentine's Day was introduced by Amy Poehler's Parks and Rec character Leslie Knope in the 2010 episode. So there you have it. Parks and Recreation invented Galentine's Day. I remember the Treat Yourself. I remember that because, man, they wore the crap out of that one, but not Galentine's Day. All right, question number 8. In 2010, Angelina Jolie gave her then husband, Brad Pitt, a 200-year-old blank for Valentine's Day. See, thanks, Clint. So the San Antonio Zoo did a different spin on the cockroach. They will feed the cockroach to an animal in the zoo, and if you donate enough, they will take a video and send it to you, or your despised one. Yes, good old San Antonio. See, that's Texas right there for you. All right, so let's see what y'all are coming up with this pocket watch. Wow, 200-year-old pocket watch, 77%. Followed by the sourdough bread starter, because you know Brad Pitt eats lots of sourdough bread. Olive tree, and then nobody picked a beehive. Wonder why. All right, so what did Angelina Jolie give her husband, her then husband? It was a 200-year-old olive tree. Olive tree, the 200-year-old olive tree, which cost around $18,000, was later planted on the couple's French estate. How sweet. It's a good thing she did that, as it didn't last. Oh, all right, question number 9. In 2022, which of these sweet treats was the top-selling Valentine's Day candy in Alabama? They ended up splitting the olive tree, Bill, and then it died, just like their love for each other and all of their 745 children they adopted. All right, let's see what you think. Conversation hearts coming in first. We got a tie for candy necklaces and Hershey Kisses, and then heart-shaped boxes of chocolate coming in fourth. So in 2022, which of these sweet treats was the top-selling Valentine's candy in Alabama? It was candy necklaces. While heart-shaped boxes of chocolate and Hershey's Kisses are favorite in many U.S. states, Alabama was the only state where candy necklaces topped the list in 2022. I have so many things to say, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut, and we're going to move on to question number 10. Which of these U.S. states does not have a town called Valentine? Does not have a town called Valentine. See, Chris went for the meth heads like the necklaces. I was just doing it was the only necklaces they could afford in Alabama, but you know that's just me being a jerk. So, all right, so let's see what y'all come up with here. Y'all are going for Nebraska. There is no Valentine, Nebraska, followed by Arizona, Texas, and Tennessee. So, let's see. Sky says, dang, Tennessee, I got it wrong. He needs more time. We all need more time, Sky. All right, so let's see. Was it Nebraska, Arizona, Tennessee, or Texas? It was Tennessee. Sky, did you get that right? So Arizona, Nebraska, Texas all have towns called Valentine's. Tennessee, however, has a town named Loveville, but no Valentine. Loveville. They have Loveville. That's where all the children are made. All right. Well, that's it for round number 3. Let's add up the scores and see. Oh, nope, Sky thought it was Arizona. We got Mike, AI5JS in the number 1 spot. Gary, just call me Gary in second place. Gary, if you have a call sign, we're going to come chat with you in a minute, and I will put your call sign in there. If not, not a big deal. And we got Bill, W5ITZ in the number 3 spot. Let's go chat with Mike, AI5JS. Which one's got you, Mike?
Well, I would say the last one, Valentine. I missed like 4 of them. I don't know how I'm in the lead. I guess because I got the question number 6 bet. AI5JS, back to net.
Yeah, man, it's just one of those things. Those betting questions, they either help you or kill you. It's one of those things. Well, according to Chris, Gary does not have a call sign, but he is on Team Crossroads, which would have been really cool last week, Gary. We could have used you over there on that for sure. All right, well, Gary, congratulations on second place. Let's go talk to Bill, W5ITZ. He's in the number 3 spot. Bill, you're in the number 3. You only got 4 out of 10 right, so that's a whole lot you got wrong there, buddy.
Oh, come on, Rusty. You know I'm a lover, and that's why I did so well in the Valentine's round. Hi. That was just a lot of luck in general. Let's see, I missed the 2020 debut. Didn't know Taylor Swift was in that one. I didn't know the Machine Gun Kelly question. Didn't know the Simpsons question. And I chose Pocket Watch. That just seemed like it would be the only applicable answer. And then for the candy, I chose Hershey's Kisses. And which U.S. state does not have a town called Valentine? I chose Arizona. So there you go. Didn't do too good, but I guess none of us did really. W5ITZ.
Now that strikes me as odd. I would have pinned you in as a Machine Gun Kelly fan, like through and through. I figured you would have gone to all his concerts and, you know, had all the T-shirts and all that kinds of stuff. So I find that very surprising, Bill. All right, well, there is your top 3 right there. Let's add up all the scores for the Friday night trivia net. We still got Mike, AI5JS, in the lead. He's got 1,437 points. Sky N5LX still in second place with 1,012 points. And Scott KI5OBD in the number 3 spot with 919 points. Well, we're going to take a quick intermission so that everybody can take care of business. During the intermission, you'll see questions on your screen to pass the time. Voting is optional, but always appreciated. Just a reminder, you can check into tonight's TriviaNet at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. Let's get y'all moved over into the intermission, and we will see you right back here for round number 4. And that's it for our third intermission. Yeah, Sky just brought up a good point. We have a lot of repeaters that are plugged in to the Trivia Net, and it's getting bigger and bigger thanks to the Crossroads gang and everybody that is linked in. So Jeffrey wants to know more about the trash heap. Apparently we have a repeater in here with the trash heap, and I've seen that one before. And I don't know anything about that one. So if you are the rightful owner of the trash heap and would like to come and tell us where all the trash heap is, by all means, come and let us know about your repeater.
KA5ZTP in Louisville, Texas, aka the Trash Heap. Is my name, that is. Handle here is good evening, everybody.
Louisville, Texas, man, that's very great. I lived up in the DFW forever, and I lived in Coppell for a while. I lived in Highland Park. The first apartment that I ever lived on was 75 in Royal, and it was a trash heap when I got there, and they have leveled it and made it a park. So grass is a whole lot better than having that thing around. Well, welcome to the game, man. We would love to have you in the Discord. If you want to go join us in there, you can head over to n5oak.org. And thanks for connecting the trash heap up to the game. How did you find out about us?
Well, short story long or long story short, I just connect to you guys at random here and there, off and on, since I've had my All-Star node. And I also originally from Victoria. So when those guys jumped on with their big, large network, I'd try to tie into them quite a bit and listen. And then I think somewhere in the mix is when you guys started connecting to them, or they connected to you guys, and by chance heard the net on, and just kind of listen on or make the point to come in and listen when I can. I work healthcare shift work, so I kind of jump in when I can. So, yeah, that's kind of how I got involved. It just I answer silently to myself, but maybe one of these days I'll just jump on and answer on the internet. But yeah, the trash heap came from, if you remember that old HBO Jim Henson, the Fraggle Rock. I don't know why that just stuck in my head. I just laugh at it, so I make it the name of my node. Back to search KA5ZTP.
Hey man, it's great. I have the BBS that I have running. It's called the Boob Tube, and that's because that's what my dad always called the TV. Stop watching the Boob Tube and go do something productive. And it always makes me chuckle. It also makes me think of my dad. So there you have it. Well, cool, man. Well, yeah, we're glad that no, not boobs, Bill, the Boob Tube. It's I knew that was coming. All right, well, we got to get back to business, man, because this is ham radio, and this stuff is serious, isn't that right? Something like that. Let's get over here into round number 4. We're going to see how big of a lover Bill is, because this is all about classic love songs. So let's see if the King Boob himself knows anything about classic love songs. We're going to start this out with question number 1. What 1985 movie features Madonna as a nightclub singer performing Crazy for You? Smoking. All right. So let's see. 62% said Desperately Seeking Susan. Sounds like Susan was pretty desperate. She might be right up your alley there, Bill. We got a tie for second and third with Vision Quest and The Legend of Billie Jean. And The Falcon and the Snowman coming in number 4. The Falcon and the Snowman. That sounds like some spin-off of Smokey and the Bandit that never made it, it just made it onto like cable, something like that. So let's see which one is correct. It is Vision Quest. Not only did Madonna make her major motion picture debut in 1985's Vision Quest, but the song Crazy for You also earned the singer her first Grammy Award nomination. Just a nomination, though. Question number 2. What enduring love song replaced the Smithereens' original composition, A Girl Like You, in the hit film Say Anything? Wow, check it out. A whopping 45% went with In Your Eyes. We got a tie for True and Open Arms, Eternal Flame coming in number 4. So what love song replaced the original composition and Say Anything? It was In Your Eyes. Writer-director Cameron Crowe commissioned the Smithereens to write a song for Say Anything in 1989. However, Crowe rejected the track they wrote, A Girl Like You, because the lyrics were too on the nose. So, Crowe inserted Peter Gabriel's In Your Eyes into the iconic boombox scene. Question number 3. Who belted out Otis Redding's 1967 hit, Try a Little Tenderness, for a new generation of fans in a popular animated film? Well, y'all seem to think it's the donkey. 50% of you at least. We got Sully coming in second, followed by Gru and Olaf. So who sang Try a Little Tenderness? It was indeed the donkey. Try a Little Tenderness is one of the many songs performed by the donkey in 2001's Shrek. I would have got that wrong. I remember that. I thought he was great, but yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Shrek, probably 2001. Question number 4. What singer-songwriter boldly claimed that she would walk 1,000 miles for her lover in her breakout single? All right, so Scott just put up the poster for The Falcon and the Snowman, and this is what it says. The true story of a disillusioned military contractor employee and his drug pusher childhood friend who became walk-in spies for the Soviet Union. That sounds like it could be pretty fun. I might have to go check that out. So, back to this. Y'all are going with Vanessa Carlton, followed by Lisa Loeb, Natalie Imbruglia, and Michelle Branch. So let's see, who would walk 1,000 miles? It was, Scott's actually seen the movie. All right, well, Scott gives it a thumbs up. That's better than Roger and what was his name? Roger Ebert and anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. And those of you that picked Vanessa Carlton, y'all know what we're talking about too. After she released 6 albums and 14 singles since 2002, none of Vanessa Carlton's work has had the lasting impact or chart power of her debut single, 1,000 Miles. And I don't even know that one, so shows what I know. Question number 5, Siskel and Ebert. Thank you, Bill. Man, the brain trust is really helping me. I'm getting old. See what you old people are doing? You're destroying my brain. I need to start drinking more. It'll make me more intelligent, maybe. Question 5. The melody of Elvis Presley's Can't Help Falling in Love is based on a popular blank love song from 1784. Yeah, I've heard the smart water will help, but I can't pay for that. It just it makes me feel like a jackass. All right, so let's see. Y'all are going for a French love song, followed by Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. So what was the melody of Elvis Presley's Can't Help Falling in Love? It is a French love song from 1784. The melody is based on Plaisir d'amour, a French love song composed by Jean-Paul Agier Martini from 1784. That's exactly how you say it. All right, so we're halfway through, and I just showed y'all how good my French was. It's a shame it wasn't Portuguese. I can't speak Portuguese, but I could listen to it forever. We got Dave. Oh, check it out. KI5STT is the big softy. Sky, N5LX coming in second, and Andy, KI5YIT. All right, well, y'all check out your scores, and while you're doing that, we're going to remind everybody you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS, and I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. And you better be pretty quick because this is the end of round. We got 5 more questions in round 4, and then we're done. So we got 37 people hanging out with us. Get in here and play. Those of you that are in here, y'all place your bets. Here we go. What chart-topping 1985 love songs feature backing vocals from the New Jersey Mass Choir? You would think if you're going to call yourself the Mass Choir that they would, they'd be a little bigger. Maybe that's just me. All right, so let's see what y'all think. I want to know what love is. Oh, man, that got drilled into my brain. Number 1 with 61%. Saving All My Love for You coming in second, followed by Can't Fight This Feeling, and then One More Night. So, what chart-topping 1985 love song featuring backing vocals from the New Jersey somewhat massive choir? It was, indeed, I Want to Know What Love Is. In addition to the New Jersey Mass Choir, it also features contributions from Dreamgirls and star Jennifer Holliday and the Thompson Twins frontman Tom Bailey. Wow. All right, well, 61% got that, so let's see what that did to the score. Dave, KI5STT, came in with 258 points just on that question, man. Way to go. Holly, W5LUL, coming in second with 113. And Scott, KI5OBD, in the number 3 spot with 103 points. Way to go. All right. Maybe that'll bump you up into second or first place there, Scott. Question number 7. Which of these well-known film soundtrack songs is the only one to win a Best Original Song Academy Award? Oh, man, I remember this song. It was terrible. Take My Breath Away, coming in number 1. We got a tie for second and third between Unchained Melody and I Will Always Love You. And I Would Die For You, coming in number 4. So which of these well-known film soundtrack songs is the only one to win a Best Original Song Academy Award? The correct answer is, oh, Scott, you've heard of some of these. Come on now. Take My Breath Away. Oh, they played that on the radio until you wanted to drive off the road. Unchained Melody came out in 1955, and I Will Always Love You in 1973. They were popularized by the films Ghost, that came out in 1990, and The Bodyguard in 1992, respectively. But each was written years before, making them ineligible for the Oscar. And though Prince won an Oscar for his music for Purple Rain in 1984, it was in a category of Best Original Song Score rather than for any individual track. Take My Breath Away from Top Gun came out in 1986, won the Oscar at the 1987 ceremony. Oh yeah, take my breath away. There you go, Sky. You asked for that. Just remember. You asked. We can't do any copyrighted material, so I had to change the keys. It's what they call jailhouse singing. I'm behind a few bars and without a key. All right, question number 8. Cyndi Lauper co-wrote her number 1 love song, Time After Time, with Rob Hyman, founding member of the 1980s rock band Blank. Hey, no bitching in the Discord. Y'all asked for it. Or at least Guy did. So, that's just how that works. Alright, so let's see what y'all went with this one. Toto. Yeah, Toto coming in number 1, followed by Mr. Asia, and then the Hooters. Oh, man, who picked the Hooters? Alright, so let's see who was Rob Hyman a founding member of. Rob Hyman was in the Hooters. Check it out. The only person that got that right was Andy. K-I-5-Y-I-T. Way to go, Andy. Rob Hyman and Eric Bazillion, that's not Brazilian or a billion, it's Eric Bazillion, part of Lauper's backing band on her debut album, which included Time After Time, are founding members of the Philadelphia-based rock band The Hooters. We got to go talk to Andy, K-I-5-Y-I-T. Andy, did you know that, or was this just a great guess?
That was a total shot in the dark. I had no idea what that was.
Well, you were the only one that got it right, dude. So congratulations, man, on knowing that they were all part of the Hooters. They were called the Boobs. Bill would have got it right. Question number 9: What female R&B group had their only Billboard number 1 with the 1977 Best of My Love? Y'all think it's the Pointer Sisters. I probably would have gone with them as well. The Emotions coming in second. Then we got a tie for first choice and Love Unlimited Orchestra. All right, so let's see. Was it the Pointer Sisters? No, it was the Emotions. Originally founded in Chicago in 1962, the Emotions, sisters Sheila, Wanda, and Jeanette Hutchinson, later joined by Sister Pamela, had the biggest hit of their career in 1977 with Best of My Love. All right, well, here we go with question number 10. Let's see how y'all wrap up this round. Jackie Wilson, who sang the popular lung song, Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher and Higher, was known as Mr. Blank. %, going with Mr. Soul. We got a tie for second and third with Mr. Excitement and Mr. Divine, and then Mr. Entertainment coming in last. So what was Jackie Wilson known as? He was Mr. Excitement. Mr. Excitement was how it is. Written by Gary Jackson, Renard Miner, and Carl Smith. Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher and Higher was the final top 10 hit for Jackie Wilson, a.k.a. Mr. Excitement. All right, well, that's it for round number 4. Let's see how we did. Dave, KI5STT in the number 1 spot with 535 points. Holly, W5LUL in the number 2 spot. Oh, and look, Clint, KI5HMI in the number 3 spot. Way to go, man. Well, let's go talk to Dave, KI5STT, and see. Good Lord. Which one's got you, man?
Hey, Rusty. Not sure which one's got me, but I went downhill after number 6. I went all in on number 6 and hit it, so that's what did it for me. Can't find this TT back to that.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, the Lisa Loeb photo on the Discord is horrifying. All right, well, let's go talk to Holly, W5LUL. Holly missed 4 as well. Which one's got you, Holly?
Hey, Rusty. I definitely thought the Desperately Seeking Susan was the answer on the Madonna song. Let's see, the Elvis Presley song I thought was Italian. And oh, the Cyndi Lauper song, I got that wrong, and the last one, I got it wrong, too. So, just some guessing. W5LUL, back to net.
Right on. Well, hey, a bunch of guessing got you into second place. Let's go talk to Clint, KI5HMI. Clint got 4 out of 10 right. That still put him in the number 3 spot. But, Clint, how much of a classic love song fan are you, man?
Got a couple of these In Your Eyes, Donkey, I Want to Know What Love Is, that was a guess, and then Mr. Excitement. Actually, that sounded familiar, so it didn't feel like that was a total guess. Like some of the KI5HMI.
Right on, man. You're coming in a little scratchy, but we got you. No problems. All right, well, there's your top 3 in round number 4. Let's add up all the scores and see who the winner of tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net is. Drum roll, please. It is Mike, AI5JS, in the number 1 spot with 1,648 points. Sky, N5LX, coming in number 2 with 1,285 points. And Scott, KI5OBD, in the number 3 spot with 1,227 points. Let's go chat with Mike, AI5JS. Mike, what you got going on for the weekend?
Well, I'm going to go finish cleaning up my yard. I had a lot of wood to cut, and I still got a lot of more wood to cut, and then watch the Super Bowl. AI5JS out.
Oh, that's right. It is the Super Bowl weekend. I totally spaced on that, but you're right. Yeah, we had a lot of wind here in Austin, I'm in northwest Austin, and I came out today. I had 3 more branches laying in my yard, so I'm kind of afraid to look up. But well, very good, man. Hope you get all that stuff taken care of. Let's go talk to Sky, N5LX. Sky, what you got going on this weekend, man?
N5LX, I'm going to try to pry myself out of bed in the mornings so I can put a fox out. I think maybe Jeffrey might be interested, and maybe some other folks. I tried to deploy a fox this evening, and the 2 spots that I had in mind, I kind of hunted on Google Maps. The trees, there were like fallen trees and limbs everywhere. It was just a disaster, so I ran out of daylight. Anyway, I'm going to give that a shot. And by the way, here's another bit of trivia. In American football, since the Super Bowl is coming up, there's only 11 minutes on average of actual play action.
Yeah, I could care less about the Super Bowl. And they were talking about, I guess, Rihanna is going to do the halftime show, and she was having problems because she only gets 13 minutes to do her stuff, and then they have 18 minutes to put that thing together and strike it off the stage so that they can go back to playing football. I just posted some pictures of our war-torn street up here. Everybody's got their own built-in privacy fence. And we still, man, Robert and Lisa Loeb, I never knew that everybody had such a crush on Lisa. Well, let's go talk to Scott, KI5OBD. Oh, Sky, watch out, Jeffrey Sucksville, a.k.a. Jeffrey Sucks, period. It's the trees, there's lots of trees down over there, too. So make sure you watch out. Let's go talk to Scott, KI5OBD. What's going on, Scott?
Hey, Rusty. Hey, everybody. I'm always amazed when I come in third when I did so lousy in a couple of rounds. I came in 14th on the Civil War round, which is disappointing because I watch all that Civil War stuff on all the History Channel and all those other channels out there. And yeah. Yeah, Valentine's Day, yeah, I came in 11th on the third round. Yeah, so to come in third is surprising and so awesome. Fun times, man, as usual. Thanks a lot, Rusty. KI5OBD.
Dude, I'm the worst at that. I love watching engineering shows and like Mysteries of the Abandoned and all that kind of fun stuff. And I sit there and I can watch it for days, and then I'll watch it again, and I'm just like, that sounds familiar. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've already watched that, and it just went right through my brain. So yeah, I feel you on that one. Well, have a good weekend, man. Let's go talk to Andy, KI5YIT. Andy, you got anything fun going on for the weekend?
Nothing too crazy. Just gonna go do some AC work tomorrow and take a look at relative vehicles, hang out, spend some time with the family.
Sounds like a good weekend to me, man. Well, be safe out there and have some fun. Let's go talk to Holly, W5LUL. Holly, what you got going on this weekend?
Hey, Rusty. Even though I got the question wrong, I am going to a Galentine's party tomorrow, so gonna hang out with the ladies tomorrow, and then probably just, normal stuff on Sunday. We're not doing Super Bowl or anything. W5LUL, back to net.
Yeah, if memory serves, Galentine's Day is supposed to be February 13th, so you're doing it all wrong. So congratulations. Have a drink for me. Let's go out to Ganado, Texas, and talk to Bill, W5ITZ. Bill, have you got your Valentine's Days all planned out, ready to go? And what you got going on this weekend, man?
Oh, you bet. Reservations are already made for an evening meal, so got that side of it covered. Yeah, and I kind of relate with Scott. I had two really, really bad rounds and was surprised to find myself in the top 10. But, man, you just never know how trivia night's going to end up. Yeah, it's been fun, Rusty. Enjoyed it. W5ITZ.
Roger, man. Well, have a good weekend. Let's go talk to Leonard, KI5NLC. He's in the number 7 spot. I was thinking about you and Leslie today. I'm just like, we haven't seen them in a while. So I'm glad to see you all resurface. Where y'all been, man?
Hey there, Rusty. Yeah, I've been just kind of running around down here between my parents, getting all settled and stuff going on there, and just kind of the cold weather and being on call for work and stuff. So yeah, just been kind of busy couple weeks, but glad to be back and plan on making it back into the routine. So yeah, Glad I made it into the top 10 this week. Was looking a little rough there, but yeah, good to be back. KI5 NLC.
All right, well, I'm glad you and Leslie and all the animals came back to play with us, so good to see you in here. We'll see y'all next week. We got Rob, K9LZY. He's in the number 8 spot. Rob, what you got going on for the weekend, man?
K9LZY, hey Rusty, thanks so much for giving me those answers. Do you want that cash in an envelope or PayPal? I mean, 8 is a pretty big jump from my 28 the prior week, so this weekend I'm paying you. K9LZY, back to net.
Oh, cash and bourbon, always. PayPal changed, they make a fee off of that, and I'm not giving them any of my money. So, yeah, cash and bourbon is always where it's at. Well, right on, man. Have a good weekend. Let's go talk to Chris, W5CUI. What's going on in your neck of the woods this weekend, Chris?
Well, thanks, Rusty, for another fun evening of trivia. It's been awesome. And we're going to try to lay low this weekend, see how it goes. Maybe get some of this honeydew list knocked out and a couple of radio projects. We'll see how it goes. But also going to be tuning into the HF pretty close, listening for Bouvet. Still trying to hear them down here. Haven't been successful yet. I don't think a lot of people have, but that's what we got going on. W5CUY.
Yeah, I feel that. I was busy picking up sticks last weekend, and so I'm doing a whole bunch of nothing this weekend if I can get away with it. Well, let's go talk to Dave, KI5STT. Dave, are you going to be a part of this Galentine's Day thing, or are you just going to stay at the house?
Hey, Rusty. No, I'm not going to be any part of that. I'm going to have the house to myself, so I have to see what comes up. But thanks for running the net, and KI5STT back to net.
Sounds like Dave's going to find himself in trouble. Sounds a whole lot of fun. Well, all right. Well, there are your top 10 players for tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net. Congratulations to everybody, and thanks to everybody for coming and hanging out with us. We're not quite done yet. It's time to move everybody over into the elimination round. We're going to do that right now. For those of you who are new, the elimination round, it's the Trivia Net's a done deal. This is just our fun way of kicking you out and sending you home. So one wrong answer, and you're done. You don't have to be fast. You just got to be right. That's all there is to it. The questions work exactly the same. You got 15 seconds to make a choice. And then if you make it right, then you get to keep playing. The first time you're wrong, you're done, and we send you packing. So we're going to let all the repeaters take a quick breath, and when we come back, we will be in round number 1 in the elimination round. All right, so we got 32 people hanging out with us. Let's see how y'all do in the elimination round. Question number 1. The office concept of Casual Friday emerged out of a mid-century Hawaiian custom called this. Well, you lit up all of the answers. The top answer was Aloha Friday, followed by Pohana Friday, and then Maui Friday, and then How's It Friday. How's It Friday? That's an interesting one. All right, so let's see what the correct answer is. It is Aloha Friday. Aloha Friday initially grew out of an effort to promote Aloha shirts. In Hawaii, these shirts are worn casually as an informal business attire. So we have a whole boatload of people to say goodnight to. Let's let the repeaters take a quick breath before we come back. So we're going to say goodnight to Dave, KI5STT, John, Dixie, always good to have you. Chris, W5CUI. Joe, K5KUA. Laura, KI5OLG. Bill, W5ITZ. Antonio, KI5ZIU. Clint, KI5HMI. Philip, AC5G. Leonard and Leslie, KI5NLC. Jason, KB5MPJ. Ernesto, KI5PZN. Frank, Andy, KI5YIT. Rob, K9LZY. Rick, AI5JT. Man, that leaves us with 11 survivors. We only got 11 people. That took out 21 people eliminated so far. Let's see what y'all do with question number 2. What actor jokingly blamed his pet pot-bellied pig Max for ruining several of his romantic relationships? Well, let's see what you think. 64% said Billy Bob Thornton. 27% went with Matthew McConaughey. 9% said George Clooney. Nobody picked on old Brad Pitt. So, let's see what the correct answer is. The correct answer is George Clooney, which means that Sky, N5LX, you were the only one that knew that. And you were the winner of tonight's elimination round, man. Way to go, Sky. Let's say goodnight to Holly, W5LUL. The Chad got that wrong. Steve, KG5LAA. Mike, AI5JS. Mark, K5NW. Gary, Scott, KI5OBD. Matt, K9MGW. KMOC, and Mike, W7QAG. So let's go talk to Sky, N5LX. Sky, did you know that George Clooney had a potbelly pig named Max?
N5LX. I was going to pick Billy Bob because I figured just from what I've read about him, he'd be the one guy who had a potbelly pig, but I just kind of punched a button at random, so it was a lot.
Man, well, you picked the right one. So it says here that Max was a potbelly pig who passed away in 2006 at the age of 18. He was often seen rooting around on movie sets while George Clooney was filming. Max was blamed for ending at least 2 of Clooney's relationships. So there you have it.
All the pig's fault.
Congratulations to Sky N5LX for winning the elimination round. And that's going to do it for tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net. We hope you all had a good time hanging out with us. The Friday Night Trivia Net is a service of the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5OAK, and made possible through the generosity of people just like you. For more information on the club, becoming a member, or to learn how you can donate, visit us online at n5oak.org. I'd also like to thank Kyle, KA5D, and the Crossroads Ham Radio Club for linking their repeater systems for tonight's game. If you'd like to see all the fun things they're up to, or just want more information about the KA5D or W5LCR repeater systems, visit them online at ka5d.com or crhrc.org. And before you close your web browser, stop by and go log into the BBS, play some door games. You can also find the Trivia Net player rankings, stats, net logs, net check-ins, anything and everything you want to know about the Friday Night Trivia Net can be found on the website. It sounds like we may have a fox hunt this weekend, thanks to Sky N5LX, so keep your eyes on the Fox Hunt channel to check that out. And don't forget, our next net is this Sunday. It's the Wind Down Net, brought to you by our very own Miresto, KI5PZN and KI5SYX, right here, Sunday at 7:30. You can tell them all about your weekend, whether it was good, bad, or sideways. I am looking out my back door, and the moon is just looking killer. So if y'all go outside, go look up. It's a beautiful moon. All right, well, this is WZ5BBS, and it's time to bring tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net to a close. I'm going to signal the repeaters to switch back to regular amateur use, and while they're doing that, I'd like to thank y'all for inviting me into your home tonight. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Enjoy the Super Bowl if that's your thing. And we'll see you right here for the next Oak Hill Friday Night Trivia Net. 73, y'all.
W7QAT, WZ5BBS.
Yes, sir.
Around that was a great time. Honestly, I just really sucked at all this, obviously. But I did the best we could. But yeah, I wanted to post a question, maybe something that you can use for a future net for trivia. Let it break. What was a 1974 movie that anchored Saturday Night Live?
All right, 1974 movie that anchored Saturday Night Live. Go ahead.
Mentioned earlier that your dad said something about the boob tube. Actually, if you look it up, the Groove Tube was the pilot for Saturday Night Live in 1974 before it came live.
Very cool, man. All right, that's a good little bit of trivia to know. Yeah, I will put that in there. Well, yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're good, bad, or sideways. It's fun hanging out. We got the guys hanging out on the video. We got destruction and all kinds of crazy things going on there, and just the general banter and the Discord. So whether you do good or not, it's always a fun place just to come and have some fun and see what all you do know. So have a good night, man, and a good weekend. We'll see you back here on Friday. WZ5BBS.
All right, brother. You have a good night. Thanks a lot, man. You just every Friday night I figure out how stupid I am. It just is what it is. But as long as we all have fun, and there is somebody that I made a wager with on the Super Bowl, but I haven't heard from him, so I'm just waiting to kind of see what happens there. I just thought it was kind of funny. Anyway, W7QAC. I'm clear with you. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's why I host trivia, because I don't know any of this, so don't feel bad. And yeah, I have a standing bet. I bet a friend of mine $1, and I'll always take whatever team she doesn't. And whenever she wins, she rubs it in my face, and I don't really care. And whenever she loses, I always demand payment, and then she does double or nothing. So I've been betting her on the Super Bowl for the last 10 years. I've never seen $1. But I'm quite all right with that. We all have a good night. We'll see you here later. WZ5BBS.